Hi everyone, and welcome to my complete advanced conversational hypnosis webinar. So today we're going to talk about what is advanced conversational hypnosis and how is this going to help you in your practice and what is this all about. So let's look at ACH principles. What is ACH? ACH strategy, it will add speed to your breakthroughs. You will find out what is unconscious to conscious conclusions and symptoms. You will see what is conscious and unconscious information. You're going to be able to spot these unconscious moments, and you're going to be learning how to market this quicker transformation. You're going to be understanding the ACH model, Advanced Conversational Hypnosis. You're going to learn how to turn sessions into a session. And you're going to see how this is going to impact your business and the income. The ACH training and mentoring. So what is ACH training going to offer you? Advanced Conversational Hypnosis training is going to offer you unlimited support. You're going to have lifetime access to your training, and also you're going to have lifetime access to the trainings that are going to be held online. And you're going to have unlimited support. You will also have as a bonus a private Facebook group support, which you're going to have with your peers, and I'm going to be there to support you and ask and answer any questions you may have. So why is this advanced conversational hypnosis exists? It's because I really wanted to find something that will free people in one session. I really wanted to make a huge difference in the world and in people's lives, and leave all these rules behind that therapy that has to be long and painful, as it didn't make sense to me. I didn't want to disobey the rules. I was forced to, as the results of these rules were not exactly as they were saying. I was putting all the pressure on me in the session before using advanced conversational hypnosis, as I wanted to really free my clients from the problem and help them in the fastest way possible. But many times it was not happening the way I wanted. And the problem is that I wanted to help them in the fastest way possible. So I needed to do more sessions and a lot of pressure on me. I was getting freaked out. What if this is not going to work? People seem to miss this part and just believe what everyone says, how therapy should look and sound, without checking results of what is being said. I could see these things, but why could not anyone else see them? And why was no one questioning these things? I used to send forms before the session, prepare hours before, searching for the right scripts, doing the transformations, making the recording after the session, and I was exhausted after each session. Not to say that I couldn't do not even maybe just one session a day, but after one session a day would have taken me around 5 or 6 hours, because I was preparing for like 2 hours. Then the session sometime would take like 3 hours or more than that, plus searching for the scripts, doing the recording. And the recording, you have to record it a few times until it's going to be okay the way it should be. So I started to observe and question everything I was being told, and noticed that was told to me from one expert was not the actual thing that they were applying for themselves. I've looked very closely at one of my teachers and noticed the way they were doing the therapy. They were doing the therapy first and resolve the problem before they would put their clients into trance. And you know what happens to the trance? In advanced conversational hypnosis, the trance would happen as a result of you untying those knots, these limiting beliefs. So when they would put their clients into trance, the client was already free. Because if they would put their client into trance with all that baggage, they would have a horrible experience. with all that trauma, imagine how it would be like to use a method that really works like a magic pill. How is advanced conversational hypnosis? To have your clients blown away by the results you can get for them in one session. Because with ACH, you are going to test them and they will see that they don't have the problem anymore. And this is really incredible. And I love it. They are just blown away by the results when you're going to test them and they will see, oh wow, I don't have the problem anymore. It's so incredible. So what happens if you use that hourly model? That you just charge by the hour and you just listen to what everybody says. Just look at your mindset and then your business is going to grow. You sell packages, programs, and then I looked at the income in my business. Nobody was getting anything. And many people, they were saying, you don't need to use social media, you just need to do ads, but that doesn't work. I think they're all working together. And you don't even need to use ads if you are going to use the social media and everything the way it should be, which you're going to learn about one training that will help you to do that. And they will tell you that you have to hand business cards and free sessions. I used to do that. Business cards, paid marketing, flyers. That didn't work. Not at all. They will tell you that you have to have the masters in everything that you studied, because otherwise this will not work. They will tell you to work smarter, not harder. And they will tell you also to not niche, to have low prices. But what happens if you don't niche? Think about if you want to go to a specialist. If you have a problem, where would you go? To a specialist they really know what they do and they are specializing in that niche with that problem that you are having? Or would you go to someone who is working in all niches? They're working with all kinds of problems. Where would you go? Would you go to a specialist, right? To the one that knows exactly what they do and you're going to be free very fast. Low prices. What happens if you have low prices? People will think that you're not good in what you are doing. So that's what happens with the prices. What happens if you use a script, a specific technique for specific problems, preparation before sessions? You know what happens with the script and the techniques? They will only solve the symptom, not the root cause. And we all know that what our client is telling us is just symptoms. Because how would they know the real problem? If they would know the real problem, then they will not be in your office anymore to help them. And what happens is, of course, all problems exist in our unconscious mind. And you cannot access that problem unless you are going to work with a specialist, a therapist that will help you get rid of that problem, because you cannot access it on yourself, by yourself. With the hypnotic suggestions, language patterns, confusion techniques, this is too much to remember. So my suggestions will be, you just give them like metaphors related to their breakthrough. So they will make sense of them unconsciously, because our unconscious mind is the most smart, powerful tool in the world. And even if it doesn't make sense to them consciously, their unconscious mind will know how to pick up on that. And what happens to the homework and audios? This is too much to organize. And what happens with the audios is that will only interrupt the processing. And what happens is that with the processing, this will come up with the biggest transformations, because that's when the biggest transformations is happening. in the processing. Your clients will have many aha moments, many illuminate moments, which will help them be free from their problem. And how your unconscious mind works, our unconscious mind works, is searching for different solutions that will work for us. And then once your unconscious mind is searching and is finding the right solution for you, that's how you are going to be for the rest of your life, unless you change that. The homework. Nobody likes to do the homework. To be honest, I didn't have many of my clients that they would do the homework. I think from hundreds of people that I worked with, there are only a few that did the homework before, when I used to use that and give them homework and audios. Nobody has time for that, and they don't want to do that. They have a family, they have their own things, they have their job, they have many things in their life, and nobody likes to do the homework. The multiple sessions, multiple hours, packages, programs. The results, the sessions are taking too long. And then you are dealing just with the symptoms, because if you are using techniques, you only deal with the symptoms. And what I mean by that is a symptom is anxiety. You have to heal the real problem, which is causing the anxiety, not the symptom, because not the symptom is the problem. And by you solving the real problem, which is causing the anxiety, then they will not have the anxiety anymore. That's how it is. So if you want to give value to your clients, the biggest transformation and the fastest transformation, that's how you are going to give them value, through this very fast transformation. So they will be free to live their life the way they want. What happens with the report? Pre-talk, suggestibility tests, deepness, relaxation. This is too much work and time. Therapy matters, not the hypnosis. Talk about what hypnosis is and it isn't. Too much talking at too much time. Clients didn't care. And they don't even understand that. Because think about how long did it take you to learn about hypnotherapy, what this is all about, and how it's going to help your clients. Think about how long it takes you for you to learn that. You cannot explain that in 10 minutes to your clients. And think about how, when you first started studying all of this, it didn't make any sense to you in the first beginning. You probably made some sense after, let's say, 1 week, but not in the first hour or two. So that's how your clients will understand about that, because they have no idea what we are talking about. They just want their problem to be solved. That's all they want. So we as coaches, hypnotherapists, therapists, NLPs know that all problems exist in our client's unconscious, subconscious mind. So how can you prepare for the session? How can you write a script? How can you apply a X, Y, and Z technique to a problem that is unexplored or a symptom? Therefore, it stands to reason that if a client problem exists there, which is inaccessible by the conscious mind, when a client presents a problem to us, they are using conscious, rational, and conclusions to give us their best description of their problem, their best guess. Essentially, they are going to tell us what their guess is, what they are feeling and experiencing because of this problem that they have no access to. Meaning, when a client asks for our help and we ask what their problem is, this client will give us nothing but conscious venting, conscious emotions, conscious instructions, feelings, non-associated information, conclusions, guesses, assumptions, examples, and ethical. Then the more traditional therapist takes all this conscious information, symptoms, conclusions, guesses, and formulates a script, a technique, a strategy, and their own assumptions as to the best way to help this client. Now you have a client who has given us their best guess about their problem, which they have no idea what it really is, or examples of what this is all about, or information of what it really is. And the therapist taking this symptomatic information and attaching a therapeutic strategy to it based on their best guess. So now you have a therapist solving the symptom, the anxiety, which is not the case. And then session after session after session, based upon conclusions that they were taught to them and techniques that are said to solve these problems. Cure addiction, scripts, timelines, suggestions. All the problems are from childhood trauma. All problems are from, and so on. You cannot assume. You cannot assume what is the real problem until you are with your client in the session and you're going to realize what the problem really is. So your clients, they might have conscious to unconscious conclusions and symptoms. They will only tell you what they believe consciously, but you need to pick up on that, what is unconscious. And that's what you're going to learn in advanced conversational hypnosis training. They will tell you and you're going to pick up on that. And I'm going to teach you how to pick up on these unconscious moments. So you're going to be able to find out what they believe unconsciously and challenge that. And what happens is that you're going to give your client a choice unconsciously to their problem. That's how it's going to work. So what happened with all these successful people? What they were telling you, that maybe you just need to believe that the universe will give you, they will just tell you, join my Abundance Blocks program and grow a wild, fully profitable business, all by changing your mind. But what they are doing, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Instagram ads, and so on. Sales team, KPI, scripts, research, social media, funnels, sales pages, lead pages, joint ventures, upsells, downsells, strategy calls, seminars, events, webinars, YouTube videos. If mindset was such a powerful thing, couldn't this expert just use these tools to attract clients without marketing? So why they are using all these things? Really think about that. I used to believe that the same. I used to be so innocent and believe that all clients will knock my door just by believing in the universe. Yes, I do believe in God, and I truly believe that does exist. But I do believe that God will give us the ways, will give us the people in our lives to help us get to where we want to be and to do the work, because that's how it is. We're only going to get there if we do the work. He will only show us the way, and He will bring the people in our lives to help us get there. But we have to do the work. He will give us opportunities like you want to find something that will make you be way more than just a normal therapist. Like, look at advanced conversational hypnosis. Who is going to use that? Who is not using scripts? Who is not doing all the things that will help them get these fast breakthroughs for their clients? Everybody, most of the entrepreneurs, they're using scripts and recordings and many things, homework for their clients, but nobody wants to do that. You want to use something that will differentiate you from other entrepreneurs, from other therapists, something that will help you give the fastest results to your clients. So when a client tells us about their problem, all they can tell us is their best guess, because they will only tell us symptoms, what they believe consciously. Of course, they don't know that. Their own guess, their conclusions, their best description about what they're experiencing. But they have no idea what is the problem and how they would. And what happens is that you would prepare techniques which will give resistance from your clients, scripts, of course, full of symptoms because that's what they told you, timelines, which is going to be a guess. You're going to regress your clients, but again, it's going to be a guess. You might get it right, but in the same time, many times you can get it wrong. Visualizations, but some people can't visualize. Suggestions, they will not go straight into the unconscious mind. So what would you prepare for? You cannot prepare for that. Unconscious to conscious conclusions and symptoms. Client says, I want to get rid of the addiction. This is a symptom. The therapist says, I've got a script for that. So what happens is if you would have that pre-written stop, let's say, smoking script or suggestions, you're going to give them metaphors, images, timeline that will help you because all the problem exists from childhood trauma. But this is not true. Not all the problems exist from childhood trauma. They might have different problems in their lives because every single person is different. So how the script, how the technique work for every single person. And the regression. You may think that a regression will help that because all problem again exists from childhood. But this is not true. You don't know that. It can be from something that has happened to them a few years back. It can be from their childhood, or it can be from a previous relationship. It can be from thousands of reasons. And to be honest, I haven't had any client before that would have, let's say, the same problem, the same symptom, and they would have the same root cause. It's impossible because every single client have experienced something different in their life. Every single client have had a different life. So what happened to your addiction script or any problem scripts? The scripts are full of cure addiction stories, cure addiction images, cure addiction metaphors, cure addiction ideas, cure addiction suggestions. Worse still, download the stop addiction scripts written by someone who knows nothing about your clients, or advanced scripts techniques which have advanced techniques all fixing the symptom of addiction. Session after session after session, fixing the same symptom over and over again. When a client tells us about their problem, all they can tell us is their best guess. Because they have no idea what is the real problem, how they would. They cannot access their unconscious mind. So what is unconscious to conscious conclusions and symptoms? All problems are from anxiety. All problems are from childhood trauma. All problems are from not feeling worthy. All problems are from abundance blocks. All problems are from anger, fear, and jealousy. Now we are guessing just like our clients. So what happens to the unconscious to conscious conclusions and symptoms? The real problem, the symptom, let's say, symptom, conclusion, guess. This is what your client is going to tell you. But the real problem that can only be found by investigating the problem without conclusions and guessing. So how would you be able to find out what is the real problem if you are not going to explore that and investigate that? Because that's how you are going to find. So we start by fixing the symptoms based on guessing and without a proper investigation. But this is not going to help because you need to do the most important part, the investigation, to find out what it is that really affected your client. So unconscious to conscious conclusions and symptoms. We can't fix until we know what it is. You need to investigate the problem, look for unconscious information and the conscious information. And that's what you're going to learn in advanced conversational hypnosis training. You're going to learn what is conscious and unconscious information. You're going to learn how to isolate the context of the problem, look for the knots, conflicting beliefs, conflicting realities, and break those knots. And what happens is by breaking these knots, trance will happen as a result of you untying these knots because the problem will look more malleable. So let's see unconscious to conscious conclusions and symptoms. Let's recap. Let's say you think that all problems are from anxiety, all problems are from childhood trauma, all problems are from not feeling worthy, all problems are from abundance blocks, all problems are from anger, fear, and jealousy. But now we are just guessing, just like our clients. Without investigating what is the real problem, we cannot conclude all of these things. Because what happens is if we're going to conclude, if we're going to assume something that is not the case, is not real, how do we know that this is the real problem? So in order for us to be able to free our client and they will be able to be free, we have to investigate what is the real problem and what is their conclusion about their problem that they're experiencing, because that's the most important. So in order to understand this style, advanced conversational hypnosis, you cannot think in the traditional therapy ways. If you are experiencing problem with the traditional stuff, maybe you are not having enough speed. You do multiple sessions without your client having the breakthrough that you want to have. You are unsure of what to do. You are freaked out in the session that you've used all the techniques and nothing really give your client a breakthrough. You did multiple sessions, you prepared for the session all the time, writing or buying scripts and etc. You must think differently and drop all these things to understand this. A lot of this conversational hypnosis style is based on how you think about this whole thing we call hypnosis. To create a deeper perception of what is going on with your clients, to understand their mindset about their problem and why they are stuck. Not understand what you should do about it and how to solve it. Technique thinking. So, what you must think in order for this advanced conversational hypnosis really make sense to you. So, what you must think. In order for you to be able to help your client, you need to think, what does a client need to think in order for them to change their relationship to their problem? It's not what I can say or what I can think. What can I do? It's what do they need to think? Therapy has nothing to do as a practitioner as it's their own problem. So you need to find out and understand what do they need to think in order for them to be free from their problem. What do they need to think unconsciously? My only goal with every single client is to understand the perception they have to their problem, the conclusions they have made, and find the knots in this conclusion. To find the flow, all conclusions have a flow in them, thus freeing my clients of the knots they are caught in. So that's how advanced conversational hypnosis works. Your unconscious mind is going to search for the right solution, and you have unlimited solutions in your unconscious mind. And you need to really pay attention to this and find the right solution that works for your client. They will search for the right solution that is going to work for them. The ACH principles, Advanced Conversational Hypnosis principles, completely detached from how hypnosis should look and sound. Outcomes, solving a client's problem, size of problem, category of problems, caring about your clients, prearranged techniques and scripts, conclusions, and where all the problems come from. Or even how breakthroughs should look and sound. When a client can no longer perceive the problem in the same way and has choice in their thinking, in their problem, that's when the problem does not exist anymore. If you are feeling pressure, it means you are trying to do something specific. Do not separate problems into categories of size or intensity. Still, however, work inside your means and scope. Regardless of the problem, start in the same place. Slow down to speed up. If you rush any part of the intervention, you will slow it down. There are no wrong questions. All roads lead to Rome. Ask questions with the least amount of words, no solution-based, and that's what you're going to learn in advanced conversational hypnosis training. You must pause, you must do a few things that will help you get there. And ask questions that no one else will ask. And that's also what you're going to learn. Forget about single sessions, multiple or length of time. Treat real problems, not symptoms. Do not prepare for anything. And don't put the pressure with advanced conversational hypnosis. Don't put the pressure on yourself that it has to be a certain way. No. You are just going to start by asking, what is the problem? And from there, also, you're going to learn in advanced conversational hypnosis, but you shouldn't put pressure on yourself because you have to be very curious and find out more about what perception have your client about their problem. All clients will find their own solution, choice in their unconscious mind. Your goal is to lead them there, into trance. And trance happens as a result of you untying the knots, and your client will be able to go into trance and solve their own problem and find the right solution for them. Clients do not have to go into trance or have a massive on-the-spot breakthrough. Do not go looking for specifics like all clients go into trance their own way. They have a breakthrough in their own way. Some people, they will be like just wow in the session, amazed. And some people, they will be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I understand that. But then what happens is that after a few days, or maybe the second day, or after a few weeks, they will have many aha moments, illuminate moments, which will help them, and they will change in their mind. First, they change in their mind, and then they will change in their reality. The processing time, integration time, natural unconscious emerging phenomena, aha moments into a solution, they will have that after the session. The hypnotic interview, this is the most important part. This is where you're going to investigate the problem and you're going to be able to make your client free from the problem. That's the most important part, the hypnotic interview, the investigation. What is the purpose of the investigation? Is to understand what the problem really is. In doing so, you will be asking investigation questions that force your client to retrieve unconscious and known information. The very fact of doing this allows for trance, unconscious moments, knots, and conflicting realities to present themselves. Each knot that is untied slowly breaks down the overall problem and connect to a new choice, a new solution. The investigation should meet your client at their problem, not your technique. These questions create momentum in the problem and make it malleable, so it's easier to nudge a client away from the problem and into a solution. Solution-based questions should never be asked. Instead, they should dive into the problem. Our goal is to take our client everywhere their problem is not and allow them to choose the best solution for themselves, unlimited solution they have in their unconscious mind. The investigation questions. There are no wrong questions. The only important thing about each question is the response you get. Each question will nudge your client away from the problem, make it malleable. There are only two types of responses: conscious information, ask another question about something else, unconscious information with unconscious moments attached. Question the response and keep following that direction to reveal more unconscious moments. With enough unconscious moments, information, you will start untying the knots and causing a deeper trance. You could ask questions like what, when, who, why, how, and so on. Ask clients that they cannot answer with yes or no. Ask questions that they will not be able to ask with yes or no. So let me tell you how ACH works. So first you start with the investigation, with a hypnotic interview. Then you're going to find knots, unconscious moments, conflicting realities, conflicting beliefs. Then you're going to get to that state where you're going to put your clients, they will get some insight, where is going to happen the therapy, when they'll go into trance. You can use metaphors or silence or process instructions. There are a few ways how you're going to get there. You're going to then test the new insight, the new solution that your client is coming up with, and connect back to the problem. And then you're going to see if they will have just a little bit of hesitation or doubt about their problem, then you repeat again. Investigation, again, unconscious moments, conflicting beliefs, and break all the knots. And then again, you're going to test the new insight that they would have, the solution that they will have for the whole problem, and then the demarcation. You want to make sure that your client is not in trance anymore. The integration, speech, sleep, tasking, conscious tasking. You're gonna make sure that your client have conscious tasking for the unconscious mind to be able to work new solutions. So how would you market this quicker transformation? Well, that's incredible. To market this quicker transformation is like everybody else is not doing. Because if you're going to be able to get to your clients these faster results, you can market a quicker transformation, which it will differentiate you from everybody else. And you're going to be able, if you're going to join our advanced conversational hypnosis training, to give your client really mind-blowing results, and that will differentiate you from everyone else. Because what everybody else does, they will just sell more sessions, more packages, but this is not the value. If you're gonna give to your client the fastest results possible, this is the best value that you can give them. So how would you sell the transformation? If you look at the industry as it is today, you would agree of how saturated it is. But this shouldn't scare you, because luckily most 97% all marketing is incorrectly. As I mentioned before, clients' problem is unconscious. Those they are experiencing symptoms, but if you look at the majority of coaches and therapists, they are marketing their business. What type of lingo they are using and what they are marketing. They are using root cause, which people have no idea what is that. If you're going to tell them about the root cause, they will just be like, I want to get rid of the anxiety. How is that what happened in my childhood has to do with the anxiety? I just want to get rid of the anxiety or addiction or any problem they may have. They have no idea that this is connected with what happened some time ago or years ago. So the way around this is to talk like your client based on symptoms. No client on this earth is sitting up at night time thinking, I need my inner child healed. They have no idea about that. They are thinking, I need to quit smoking because my health is deteriorating, or this is affecting my relationship. The only way to differentiate you among everyone else is to add speed to your breakthroughs. So, what everybody is doing, they're just talking about the root cause. They're giving many sessions, more packages, more time, more homework. They're saying that I use hypnosis, I use NLP, I'm going to help you heal your inner child, abundance blocks, live your best life, I'm cheaper. But this is just red ocean because that's what everybody does. What you're going to do, what your clients, let's say what your client is thinking, I need to quit smoking quickly because this is affecting my health, my relationship. So that's what your client thinks. And then if everybody else is marketing their work with all of this, your client would have no idea what you're talking about. And they will not even know that you can help them with all of these things. So that's what you have to do it differently. And that's what advanced conversational hypnosis, it will help you. So what happens if you use the root cause and symptom? There are just a few clients that they are aware of that. And these probably are the same like therapists, coaches. But the problem is that the unaware client, there are so many people that they have no idea that there is a solution for them to heal that. So that's why you have to come and educate them as an expert. What you may think is the perceived value. You may think that clients buy hypnosis, therapy, coaching, clients will buy more sessions and more time with the therapist. That equals value. Maybe you may think that more homework and products, audios, diaries, and etc. More checkups, more confirmations, longer healings, and more techniques. More visits and repeat sessions. But that's not how it is. The best value that you can give to your client is to give them the fastest transformations possible. Imagine this. You have a health problem and you are in a lot of pain. A doctor says it will take me 1 hour to completely heal you and make you completely healed and 100% healthy, but the price is $2,500. Is 1 hour of work for $2,100 worth it? You go to another doctor that says it will take 7 visits at 1 hour per time for 1,000 in total. Which one do you pick? I guess you're going to pick the one that is going to solve the problem faster because this is affecting all your life. And by affecting all your life, then you cannot do anything. Maybe you cannot even work. Maybe you cannot do the things that you always wanted to do. Maybe this is affecting your relationship because you cannot work. So what is the faster breakthroughs and the differentiation? Slower therapy, solving the symptoms, unconscious resistance, too much time preparing scripts, too much time following rich scripts, too much time on suggestibility tests, too much time with homework, too many sessions because of conclusions, no testing, problem comes back, no getting to the real root cause, faster breakthroughs, beating resistance, getting to the real root cause, investigating the problem, deciphering conscious and unconscious information, untying the knots, testing. That's what you have to do in order to get faster breakthrough. And this is the differentiation. For the faster breakthroughs, your client will pay you more. But what happens with the multiple sessions, day, weeks, months, homework, audio, symptoms, suggestions, moving parts, preparation for the therapist, and you're not going to get a bigger price? Because what happens is that even if you get a bigger price, you're going to have to distribute for a long period of time. But what happens if you have a fast breakthrough? Then you're going to be able to help your client very fast and you can charge more. So the ACH speed model, it gives the faster transformations. It will work very fast. You don't have to prepare for the sessions. You don't have to use scripts, no recordings, no homeworks for your clients. And you don't have to prepare before each session, which will save you a lot of time. Trimming the fat. So rapport is made on the strategy call, not in the session. The best rapport technique, be a nice person. Be a really nice person on your core. Because what happens is that your client will connect with you at an unconscious level and they will know that without you even talking. And I'm sure that all therapists and coaches, they are amazing people because they are choosing to help people and they do that. So if a client problem exists unconscious, it means they had to go unconscious to create it. Those all people can be hypnotized. Don't worry about hypnosis. Worry about the therapy. Investigate the client's problem that is unconscious means they must retrieve the information from the unconscious. They must go into trance to find this information. By finding the real unconscious information, you save time for the breakthrough, as the very nature of accessing of this information begins to resolve it. This is called unconscious insight and aha moments, illuminate moments. If a client can give us a guess as to what their problem is and the information they do provide is conscious, we no longer need to prepare anything in advance. If a client is tested correctly, all knots are untied, we may not need multiple sessions. In a single session, you will have time to do multiple mini sessions. That's how advanced conversational hypnosis works. If a client problem is solved in your office, is there any need for homework, audios? No need. You don't have to. If their problem is solved in your office, you don't have to give all of this. So what is the time saved? The session preparation, 1 to 2 hours, you're going to save ACH, you don't need scripts, you don't need to prepare. The report, same, you don't need to because it's made on the strategy call and the marketing. Suggestibility test, no, you don't have to, which will take 10-15 minutes. Problem exists in the unconscious mind, meaning as a client talks about their problem, they must go into the unconscious mind to find that information. The deepeners, no, you don't have to use that. The unconscious mind controls the depth, not the therapist. The advanced conversational hypnosis, trance, deepeners, investigation, therapy, ethical, all done at the same time. That's how advanced conversational hypnosis works. Multiple sessions, testing, mini sessions done in a singular session. 2-hour session with some multiple 2-hour sessions. solving the same symptom over and over again. That's how it is with techniques. But advanced conversational hypnosis works differently. Client homework, audio preparation, recording, client time, however long the tasking is. All notes untied, no audio or homework. That's how advanced conversational hypnosis works. You solve everything in the session. And again, just a recap how advanced conversational hypnosis is. So you're going to do the investigation, notes, unconscious moments, conflicting realities, insight, therapy, trance, test new insights, connect back to the problem. And again, if you see just a little bit of, I'm not sure, then you repeat again. Investigation, conflicting beliefs, unconscious moments, and you test a new insight, a new solution, the whole problem. You do the demarcation, you do the integration, speech, sleep tasking, conscious information. So as I said, you're gonna see our advanced conversational hypnosis training, and you're gonna find out what is this about. It's gonna be on the 1st and 2nd of July. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me. It's gonna be a live training, live on Zoom. It's gonna be a 2 days training, and you're gonna find out what is this all about. I hope that helps, and if you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me, send me a private message, and I'll be happy to help you and answer any questions you may have. Bye for now.